The end of October marks the 75th anniversary of the Donora smog incident. It's a big story with important lessons, as those several days in this small mill town left a lifetime of lessons for the residents that call this area home. Stuart Boyd was just a third grader, and while some memories are hazy,
I knew there was something wrong, but you're only 8 years old. You don't look beyond that.
He clearly remembers the fog.
And when I stepped outside, I knew there was something wrong with the fog because it was the wrong color.
It's Tuesday, October 26, 1948, in Donora, Pennsylvania. It's business as usual in the small mill town along the Mon River with a population of roughly 14,000 people.
Nobody really knows what's happening until people start to die. That they're all of a sudden the doctors are being inundated with calls. Everyone in the community seems to be sick.
The weather, something called an inversion, paired with air pollution from the nearby Donora Zinc Works, leads to a heavy black smog that blankets the river valley for nearly 6 days.
In total chaos.
Historian Brian Charlton with the Donora Smog Museum says during that time, there's no hospital in Donora. Roughly half of the population would get sick, and more than 20 people would die that week alone, including Stu Boyd's step-grandfather, Milton Hall.
He lingered from Tuesday until Friday, and he passed away on the sofa on Friday.
Hall was around 50 years old. He was a World War I veteran whose lungs were seared by mustard gas during the war. He did not live in the smog area, but rather worked in the North Webster region, directly across the river from Donora.
Being so susceptible to pulmonary issues, but he didn't have to stay long.
Researchers say the majority of people killed during the incident, like Milton Hall, had some type of pre-existing respiratory problem. However, others would soon become sick as well, and in the 2 weeks following the inversion, 65 more people would die.
I just don't think people at first realized how serious it was.
For many in the area, including Boyd, the smog cleared and the incident was never spoken about again. Boyd believes many were afraid to talk about it for fear of retaliation.
It was their jobs, it was their livelihoods.
But now the Donora Smog Museum stands so that those few days in this town and the long list of lessons learned are not forgotten. Reporting from Donora, I'm Lily Coleman for Pittsburgh's Action News 4.